I want to talk to the visionaries out there, to those of you who love creating art, who love living a free life, who love exploring nature. I want to talk to you and the marriage of your freedom and your income, your sustainability. So I've learned in my life many different things. I spent the whole of my 20s living for adventure. I knew how to work hard, but then I'd live for adventure. I just wanted freedom, and I'd have these drop-down visions come to me, and I'd want to create. I did a lot of art. I did a lot of yoga, did a lot of nature walks and hikes and circles, events, like small group events, spiritual things with, community in our area. And that was all I wanted to do. And I would then have to go and work to get money. So there was this mismatch of my visions, myself as a visionary, and what I did for a living or what I did to financially survive. And I see this all the time. I've grown a lot since then. So I'm going to deepen into that as I keep showing up and talking online. But I see this so much. I get these incredible spiritual women, gorgeous, come into my training or come into my healing room saying, oh, I've just got all these visions and wow, this is what I want to do. And oh, this is where I'm at. Oh, I'm a cleaner, or I'm pulling coffee as a barista, or I'm, working as on tax, or, doing something that is not that vision. So there's these two people, and there's a split in everything. There's a split in energetics. There's a split in happiness. There's a split in personality. There's a split. And how it's been something I've been super passionate about for a couple of decades is how can I merge this together? And I'm going to say it for the visionaries, but also for the mothers, for actually those who have followed a spiritual calling and show up as a therapist, but still not living the visionary life because there is this level of service that is constantly needing to be done in order to keep up with the lifestyle. It's such a big thing. And if it's you, you'll totally resonate. I have these beautiful, we live in a very earthy community. There's a lot of creativity and there's a lot of beautiful nature and there's a lot of community, but there's also a lot of financial lack. At the same time, so many people don't come to my training because they cannot yet afford it. And I'm very generous, but I also have been learning to, there's this thing that I've really had to pinpoint, and I've been working all year to commit to this in myself, to this model of being able to create a business through this affiliate zone that can really support the visionary part of yourself, that can really support the mother, just to be a mother, the visionary, just to be a visionary. Imagine having hours to paint. That's my dream. I'm getting there. To have days to do a piece of art that you've been visualizing, to have days to practice your fire performance or practice whatever it is. I want to do yoga 5 hours a day for a period of time when I have that time available. So I'm working towards more time freedom as well. And there's been many, many stages in my life of this, wanting to increase my income, wanting to be a service provider, a healer in a service provider's role was a dream of mine, and I achieved that. And I've done probably over 15,000 hours as a body worker and a mother. And I created that very happily. I wanted to, I'm a healer. I have gifts of healing that flow through me. And for me to be able to be in a service role for that many hours in the last decades has been an honor. And to be able to then not live a conventional 9 to 5 job, which I haven't really done for a long time. I'm a hard worker, but I've never lived in that world because I've been a wellness healing, a wellness service provider. And so some days I might work a lot, other days I might work not at all. So I was able to always be present as a mother. School runs, before school, after school, always there when they were young, always there. But it burnt me out in so many ways that I didn't realize at the time, because I was always in so much appreciation of what I'd created. And there's this part of self, especially, oh no, I'm doing my spiritual work. Oh, I couldn't want more. I couldn't want for more. There's so much themes of that within the spiritual communities and the creative communities. Oh no, I'm just doing what I love. I don't need anything more. And that was me for so long, and I still have that aspect to me. But there's been something really huge changing within me in this stage of menopause, where I have actually grown 3 incredible human beings as a mother, poured everything into them, and they're amazing. And I want to, people say, oh, you should be so proud. And there is that. But there's also this level of exhaustion that I haven't been able to take my foot off the gas yet, because I've been in the service industry as a body worker and as the last years as a teacher. But the teaching income's fluctuated up and down. I'm being really real now about where I've been at. So there's been this thing going on. It's not a desperation. It's like this, how can I expand and grow? And this business model is what it is. Bringing in affiliate wellness products, also for the benefit of our family's health and the community's health, because when people come for bodywork, when people come for training, they get to drink the water and see how that can change the body. That is a whole nother subject in itself. But the passion that I've come in on, the passion that I now want to give out to you is being able to align where you're making your living and yourself, the visionary, the mother, the artist, the healer. I want to still do service-based body work, but in my own time. There is no need for the income in that. And I can spend a day with a person instead of 2 hours, 3 hours. So yeah, the reason that this business model works for so many artists and creative people is because, well, you can work anywhere. The training is online. So if you're a night person, can't sleep at night, you can be doing this training at 11, 12, 1 in the morning. Nobody's looking over you saying, oh, you have to do it at this certain hour. The training's there and you can implement straight away, so that you can start getting sales and getting results, making some money. Then you can do that painting. You can take 2 days off and do that art project. Sit with your friends, go and sit in a medicine circle, go and prepare, whatever it is. I work with a lot of spiritual people who, like being able to merge these 2 lives together is so important. 2 decades ago, I wouldn't have said that. I was like, I'm just living for adventure, and I've loved my life. But I'm getting an older woman, I'm 52, and I've been tired and not knowing how to take the foot off the gas. And learning to, my life is changing. And it's only through seeing what we don't want that we got to find what we do want. When you got what you don't want, you find what you do want, and then you get what you do want, and you see another stepping stone. It's like getting a path of stepping stones. And for me personally, it's like being here and then going to, the mother, and then implementing the healer as a service-based provider, and then implementing the, getting to over 10,000 hours and going, oh, I've got to start teaching this, and then starting to implement the group trainings, and now starting to implement a leveraged base income on top of a service-based income. Do you get it? Some of you might really get this. It's bringing in a leverage-based income onto a service-based income. And that's actually okay. It's okay to want to grow exponentially. And we have these tools with us now that we never used to have. We didn't have these tools 10 years ago. No way could have I been building an online business like I am now 15 years ago. No way. So now my children are looking in and going, oh, I can build this too. Because they don't want to be like the status quo and go out there and be making $20 an hour pulling coffee like a lot of their friends are. They want to build. And it's taken me longer to get to that freedom than I envisaged it would in the beginning. But that's part of the push and the drive now, and the exposure. I'm really coming out with exposure because I'm a really deep person, and I've been on a really deep journey the last few years, desiring growth and now finding the platform to grow on, and leaning into the communities with training and witnessing people come alive because they are not having to make their living or their income through a job that doesn't serve them anymore. You know that it takes up so many people's time in the mind, the mental time. I know in many people of like, you know, what can I do for an income, or how can I make money, or oh, I don't want to do the work that I'm doing and I'm only getting paid that much. And then we can show up in these social situations and go, life's amazing, because we live a good life and gratitudes are really important. But in the back end of the programming of so many people is, how can I make that change? How can I make some more income? How can I find an income model that I'm going to feel so good about? Yeah, I've had deep conversations with many people, especially as a bodywork trainer. So many people have come in, beautiful people that I could be intimidated for, especially younger women in their 20s, 30s, fit bodies, beautifully spoken, very wise. Yeah, and really looking for ways to, I like to get in deeper and deeper to find where that pain point is, or where that problem is. What is it that you're looking for that is going to provide you more freedom to unlock the key to your creative visionary self? It's a real thing, our visionary self and our creativity. And there is so much room to be creative in this world and in our societies that haven't allowed enough creativity through. You go to a culture, say like Indonesia, and they all just do art. There is so much, all the woodwork, all the paintings, all of the altar decorations. Many countries do so much art. In Western world, we don't do enough art. Art is for the privileged, or art is for the so-called talented. Everyone can do art. We just need time. So this is for you, the visionary, the artist, the mother, who wants to spend endless hours doing these passion projects and not thinking about, oh, how am I going to make the money to give myself back that time? I'm listening to an audiobook at the moment called Buy Back Your Time. It's so relevant, so powerful. What do you want to pull back time for? What do you want? I'm going to leave you on this note. What do you want to bring back more time for? Because I went through a stage where I just didn't even know. Well, I don't know what I want to do with my time. I just need to work. I just want to provide, which I do. But there is deep creative projects. I love art. Oh, and I just don't do enough of it these last years. I love art. I want to know myself as a better artist, as a timeless artist at some point in my life. I want to know myself as someone who creates the most transformational spaces where I am fully lit up. So what is it that lights you up, and what is it that you could do if you didn't have to go and work for an income to make a living? I'll leave you on that. Love to hear from you in the comments or in direct messages. I love conversations. Lots of